Welcome back, folks, to the random video blog where every single Friday I, Graham G.S. Matthews, share my thoughts on the wrestling world, share a few stories, etc., etc. And of course, we are coming off the Electric Extreme Rules pay-per-view on Sunday night, which I was in attendance for. Today's video blog will be talking all about my experience at the event in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center on Sunday night. So this would be my third WWE pay-per-view. Which is really, really funny considering I've been a wrestling fan at this point for over 8 years, celebrated 8 years in April last month. And before August of last year, I had never been to a WWE pay-per-view. I live in Connecticut. They never have pay-per-views here in Connecticut. And of course, up until just last year, I was not willing to travel. Didn't have anyone to take me, whatever. So there was no way I was going to a WWE pay-per-view. So I went to SummerSlam last August. I went to TLC in December. And I went to Extreme Rules just this past week. So my third WWE pay-per-view, and dare I say the best one yet. Better than SummerSlam, better than TLC, and that's saying a lot. I mean, both shows were decent if you were watching them at home. Being there live for both shows was great. Both those shows were easily among my top 5. Maybe not anymore, but they were previously among my top 5 greatest wrestling shows I've ever been in attendance for. In Extreme Rules, I don't know if it leads the list or if it comes close. I don't know if it beats TakeOver Brooklyn, but it certainly comes close, either 2 or 3, because the show overall was really, really fun. So we didn't even know we were going. RJ and his girlfriend Molly and I, we didn't know we were going until RJ bought the tickets back in February, I think. So we knew all the way dating back to February that we were going to this show. Only one day removed from RJ's graduation, by the way. Congrats to RJ for graduating last weekend from Endicott College. Very well deserved. So he graduated on Saturday, picked me up on Sunday to go to the show. Worked out perfectly. Left around 1 o'clock from here. Hit a lot of traffic on the way there. We got there around like 5 o'clock. Parked. Waited outside for about an hour or so. A long-ass line. We didn't really wait in the line. We kind of waited on the side of the line and kind of merged right in, so that was smart. But before the show picked up, as you can see, as I showed off in the hashtag AskGSM video on Monday, bought a Certified G t-shirt. Could not have worked out any better, because any one of you guys, if you guys know me very well, and you probably do if you're watching this, that any show that I go to, I always buy some sort of souvenir. I got some other souvenirs I'll show you in a second, but I always have to get a t-shirt of some sort. And they had the official merchandise stand outside. I knew, going back to when we bought the tickets, I was going to buy a shirt at this show. I wore my AJ Styles shirt. I was all ready to go. It was all phenomenal out. But I needed to buy a shirt at this show. I didn't really have a preference what it would be, though. When I went to, not NXT, because I bought an American Alpha t-shirt there. When I went to SmackDown, I bought a Lesnar t-shirt. I didn't really have a strong preference what shirt I wanted to get, because I pretty much have everyone's shirt at this point that I want to get. So I wasn't really positive what shirt I wanted to get at this show. And then on Friday, 2 days before the show, they released a new Enzo Amore and Big Cass t-shirt on WWE Shop. I said, I need to get that freaking shirt on Sunday at the show. And I did just that on the show, or at the show, before the show. Before we walked in the arena, it worked out perfectly. Got to meet a couple people, John from Twitter, and also Big Race Arden Franklin at Arden Sports Talk on the Twitter. Great dude, been friends with him for a couple of years now. Got to meet him for the first time before the show with RJ. Great talking to him, a member of the Five Horsemen. Hopefully we can meet up again over SummerSlam weekend. So that was cool to meet those guys. So it was pretty sweet. I mean, the arena itself is great. If you ever go to a show, whether it be a hockey game, a wrestling show, whatever, at the Prudential Center, just to know ahead of time, the Newark, New Jersey area is just very, very unlike probably anything you've seen before. It's a very sketchy area. No offense to anyone who lives there. I apologize, but it's not the cleanest area. There's not many places to go for food. We tried to go for food before the show. The place was fucking packed. It would have taken us an hour to get in, so we said, fuck it, we'll just eat when we get in there, and the food inside there was great. But, yeah, just know the area is not the best. It's not the safest area, so just know that if you go to a show there. Again, it's a great arena, though. Probably one of the better arenas I've ever been to. It's a really, really nice arena. The prices weren't too bad. So we get in there, and as soon as we get our tickets in, and the getting in really wasn't that bad. I think the worst I've ever had it when going to a WWE show, like in terms of waiting in lines and shit, the worst ever had to be SummerSlam. SummerSlam, as great of a weekend as that was, arguably the greatest weekend of my life, waiting outside. TakeOver wasn't that bad. SummerSlam was awful, probably because we got there so early. But the line for SummerSlam was really, really bad. And it took forever to get in. And it didn't help that it was super fucking hot on that day, too. I mean, it was hot this past Sunday, too. But it wasn't that hot when we were also in the shade, too. And I also got to meet Sam Roberts before the show, too. Forgot to mention that. That was pretty cool. I met him a couple years ago at a TNA show. He was, like, waiting outside the arena. But I just saw him here, and I got another picture with him. But, Anyway, the line getting in was not bad at all. Once they opened the doors a little later than they thought they would, it was a little past 6 when they opened the doors. I think they originally advertised 6 o'clock for when they were going to open it originally. But anyway, as soon as we got in, gave the people our tickets, moved right in. Simplest process ever. SummerSlam, like I said, took forever. This was a breeze in comparison. So we get in. It took us forever to get to our seats because we were in like the 100 section, 112 to be exact. And you had to go to like the top floor, but also go all the way around the arena because they blocked off one part of it, so we had to go loop all the way around. So that took forever, but we finally got that done. But still, on the way up, I saw this for $5. I knew I had to get it. Like I said, I showed it on the hashtag video on Monday. Box of Bootios. They make sure you ain't booty. I knew I had to buy this as soon as I saw it. I've wanted to buy the box for a while now. They only sell the t-shirt with the box on WWE Shop for like 30 fucking bucks. I like the t-shirt. It's a cool shirt. I think RJ has a shirt, but I don't really need the shirt. I mean, I'll probably buy a New Day shirt at some point, but I don't need the shirt. I just want the box of Bootios, which sounds like the dumbest thing ever. You would think you would rather want the shirt and not the box, but I just wanted just the box. So I bought one, and they had it for $5. I'm like, absolutely, I'm buying a fucking box. And they give you two sides of it. They give you two sides of it, the front and the back, so you have to put it together yourself. It's the hardest fucking thing to put together. It's such a pain in the ass. But it was so worth it. Like I said, a really cool souvenir. And also getting my food. Got great chicken tenders. Like, it was all $20 altogether, so it was a lot of fucking money, but it was still really, really good. Well worth it. But I also got a souvenir cup, which I do not have. It has Brock Lesnar on it, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, The New Day, Dean Ambrose, and Kevin Owens. And I do have one souvenir cup, or two. I have two from SummerSlam from the past couple of years. Like the big gulp ones they used to sell at 7-Eleven, like during the SummerSlam time of the year. Bought one of those in 2009 and 2010. They stopped doing it like in 2012, which sucked. Those were always great, but this is my third collector's cup, so I'm going to hold on to this. Probably not drink out of it, just hold on to it. That was a cool cup. So those are my souvenirs I got at the show, the shirt, the box, and the cup. So we sit down around like 6:45, like right in time for the kickoff show. Like I said, we talked to Artem before the show for a little while. I won't go match by match and thoughts on the matches and stuff like that. If you want my full thoughts on the pay-per-view, check out my written review on nextdaywrestling.net from Sunday night, or from Monday when I published it, but from Sunday when the show happened. You can check out, my hashtag video. I talked all about it. We talked all about it in audio form on Tuesday on Wrestle Rant Radio if you want to check out that as well. So there's many different platforms where you can check out my various thoughts on the show. So it won't go match by match here, but overall, it was a really, really fun show. Like I said, if not the best WWE show or wrestling show period I've ever been in attendance for, which again is saying a lot. I've been to a lot of shows in my 8 years as a fan. Maybe even more than I'm proud of, but still a lot of shows. So it was really, really fun in the whole. The crowd, I got but I got one complaint on Twitter after the show saying you guys were dead for most of the night, except for the main event and the four-way. What do you expect? Those are the only two matches that stood out. There really wasn't any other match the crowd got up for, and I didn't really get excited for anything that the crowd wasn't excited for, The main event, though, was great. Like I said, I won't go match by match, but I will give my general thoughts. The main event was outstanding. I have to say, though, the four-way stole the night. The four-way is fucking phenomenal, and I told everybody that going into the show. I said this as far back as Payback. That four-way is going to steal the show at Extreme Rules, and I was waiting for that match. I was more amped for that match than anything else in the show, including the main event, and it exceeded my expectations and then some. That match was absolutely phenomenal. I've yet to watch it back in the network. I probably will do so sometime this weekend or today even. Probably as soon as I stop, filming this video. But that match was just absolutely amazing and really something, a spectacle to be in attendance for live. So that was great. So anyway, after that, the whole show was great. Like I said, Seth Rollins coming back, one of the loudest reactions I've ever heard live. RJ is a huge Seth Rollins fan. I love Seth Rollins myself, so it's great to see that in person. Great way to cap off the hashtag RJ Marcel Farewell Tour. So that was awesome. We get out of there pretty quickly. We got out of the arena, and as you should, like I said, the Newark, New Jersey area is not the greatest or safest, so you got to buzz out of there as soon as you can. But it was funny. As we're leaving the arena, and I'll probably have the video up of this at some point during the weekend, probably on Sunday, but we're leaving the front door of the arena, and out come Kofi Kingston and Big E wearing their tracksuits, and then Tyler Breeze. Fans are like swamping them for photos. Security's pushing everybody back. They were just trying to get on their bus. It was so funny, but it was so random too. We're just walking out like, hey, there's Big E and Kofi Kingston and Tyler Breeze. So I got a video of that. Like I said, that should be on. It's like a 15-second video. I posted it on Twitter, but I'll probably post it here on YouTube at some point this weekend if I haven't already. I'm recording this like during the week, but it should be up on Friday, obviously, for for the Friday random video blog. But anyway, so after that we just left. We took off, and it took about a couple hours to get back to my place in Connecticut, and then RJ and Molly drove back to where they live in Massachusetts. So like I said on Monday, could not thank them enough for driving me to the show, for being there and going to the show with me. That was absolutely an entertaining, enjoyable, and extremely amazing experience. So I could not thank them enough for the drive and everything. Two great people, so be sure to check them out on Twitter at RJ_Marceau. Be sure to follow my plug his Twitter all the time. But yeah, a really, really fun show, a great night, like I said, an awesome experience, and I say it all the time, if you get the opportunity to go to a WWE show, whether it be Raw, SmackDown, NXT, live event, or even a pay-per-view, be sure to check it out. I've been to pretty much everything. It's funny, I've gotten a little taste of everything in the past 8 or 9 months that we kind of all started this whole hashtag RJ Marceau Fair World Tour. And it really kind of worked out perfectly with everything coming to the Massachusetts or just the New England area in general. It all really started with SummerSlam, like I said, in Brooklyn and TakeOver last August. We went to Raw, a really good Raw in Boston back in October. We went to TLC in December, also in Boston. SmackDown in Boston. We went to NXT in Lowell, Mass., which we got to see Samoa Joe win the NXT Championship, which I talked about in a video blog last month. And then we got to go to, cap off the farewell tour with Extreme Rules on Sunday, which was really, really fun. So going forward, there's always something to look forward to. And I'm looking at, I already bought my tickets, so if you're going, be sure to hook me up or, shoot me up or whatever, and we'll be able to hopefully hook up at the pay-per-view or something. But I will be at SummerSlam once again for the second consecutive year. Bought my tickets right as soon as they went on sale over WrestleMania weekend. I will be there once again. No Sleep Till Brooklyn Part 2 kicks off right now. So if you're going to SummerSlam, let me know. I'll be at SummerSlam and Raw the next night. I bought my tickets already. Hoping to go to TakeOver. I know I said last year, if you go back and watch the hashtag video from the Monday after SummerSlam last year, probably the worst I've ever been. And just in terms of like my voice and just being so fucking overtired. That weekend, like I said, probably the greatest of my life, but I was so dead by the end of it. There was so much traveling and so much voice losing and everything else, so much excitement, I couldn't handle it. I could handle it, but just barely. But we're going to see what happens this year. Like I said, tickets for TakeOver do not go on sale until God knows when. It's only May right now, of course. Tickets last year didn't go on sale until July. So I'm hoping to do the whole trifecta. Last year I said I'm going to go to all three. I made that promise after not going to Raw, and I didn't regret it, but I wish I could have been there after the Dudley Boys came back and Sting came back, and that was pretty cool. So I'm hoping to go. I'm already going to Raw. I'm already going to SummerSlam. I'm hoping to go to TakeOver again, too, because TakeOver, like I said, was probably undoubtedly the greatest wrestling show I've ever been in attendance for, and I can't wait to go, for that whole weekend. So if you're going, let me know. I'll be there. I've already bought my tickets as well. I've pretty much already bought my tickets for all the shows coming up, but I'll be at SummerSlam, Raw the next night. I will be at All-Star Extravaganza, my first ever ROH show, period. It's also a pay-per-view, which is pretty fucking cool. In Lowell, Mass., the same auditorium that the NXT show was held just a couple months ago, or just last month, rather. I'll be at that, I think on September 30th. I think it's a Friday. So I'll be there on that Friday. And also, I will be at, hopefully, obviously tickets don't go on sale for a while, but Hell in a Cell in Boston, which was rumored by What Culture. I have yet to see it be confirmed by any other credible source. But according to what the website said, they will be holding Hell in a Cell in Boston for the first time ever this year. The night before Halloween, my favorite weekend, my favorite holiday of the year, so I cannot wait for that at all. So I'm hoping to go to SummerSlam, Raw the next night, the ROH show, and Hell in a Cell. The remainder of 2016 should be just as amazing as the first half. So like I said, overall, guys, Extreme Rules, 2 thumbs up, really, really fun experience. Hopefully you enjoy the show at home as well. Cheap plugs, like I said earlier, check out my written review of the show from nextairwrestling.net. All the photos I took of the show, all the videos I took of the show, I took about 3 or 4 or 5. They should be up here in the channel this weekend. Check out the hashtag videos, the Wrestle Rant Radio. All the clips went up this week. The Wrestle Rant videos and everything else, guys. You know the drill. So be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All support is amazingly appreciated. Enjoy your weekend, guys. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch you folks down the road.